Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Origin Summer Preview 2016. I am Z Garcia. I'm sitting here with Lance.
Mikester. Everybody else gets the last name.
All right, sure. And we are taking a look at Yokohama, that is coming out from Tasty Minstrel Games.
Yep, we're going to have the Kickstarter for it June 21st. This is a fully produced game from, I'm going to pronounce it, Hisashi Hayashi, the guy who brought us Trains and sailed to India and Trick of the Rails and all those games. And yeah, this is his Euro. This is one of his newer designs that Tasty Minstrel Games found over in Japan, and we've contracted out to bring it over here. And we have the game in front of you. I'm going to show you a little brief overview of it. But
awesome. Excellent. Looks like there's quite a bit going on.
It does. It looks like there's a ton going on, but this is definitely one of those games that, like, after the first time you play it, or actually even the first round you play, then it's just like, oh, okay, I figured it out. And then after then, you actually get to peel the onion and have fun with it. So
cool. I love having fun with onions. So tell me how this works.
All right. Well, the basic mechanism, if you will, of the game is that if you've played like pathing games, during your turn, you will be placing these little cubes. These are your assistants, and mind you, the stuff that you see in front of you, TMG is going to deluxify everything out, like you saw with Orleans and our Coliseum Kickstarter that we had just recently. So, like all of these, like the resources are going to be wood. There's going to be metal coins, things like that. So, how the game works is that on your turn, now usually your president pawn is going to be already out and doing something, and people have also placed other stuff out, and their people are going to be out there as well. But the big thing is you're just going to be moving, you're going to be placing pawns out, and you probably have pawns left over from earlier in the round as well, just because you haven't collected them. And then you are then allowed to make a path wherever you have assistance, and you can stop at any one of those locations. And the big thing is, like, when you stop at a location, you have to collect all the assistance that you have on that spot, and then you activate that spot and then use the power that's there. And then what happens is that you have a variable power of what you do. So like if you're at one of these resource collections, you see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the power of the collection. Okay. And so like if you have 3 power, you get 3 tea leaves in this case.
If you pick up 3 cubes, you get 3?
No, but actually the president counts as a power as well. And so that includes. And then later on in the game, you actually will be building housing, and once again, these will not be cardboard, but if you build housing, and then if you activate a level 4 or 5 power on a spot, it allows you to build either a storehouse or a trading house, and then that actually counts as a power later as well. So if you had 2 cubes on there, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'd have a power of 4, and then you activate that location. And so you're collecting resources, you're getting orders that you fulfill for points, you get technology that, kind of like, as always, makes to break the rules in some way that you haven't done. And so, and the cool thing about this one is that you actually can actively try to block people and not allow them to take certain spots, because if your president is on a location, they can't use it as well. So your president is stopping them from being used. And if they move through that spot, they have to actually pay your president money to walk through the location. Because and also if they want to place, I don't have a different color right now, but if you have plates different colored on a spot that we're president, you have to pay also the other person money to actually be able to place your assistants there. So if you're trying to create a path or trying to get through somebody, you can kind of actually mess with people, which is something I like in games like this. I like a little bit of confrontation in my strategy games.
So this is all, the setup for all of this is randomized each game, right?
Exactly. So these are all tiles, and then you place one of these tiles on, and make this ziggurat pattern, if you will. Mm-hmm. And then these extemporaneous tiles here are all these are the orders that go along with this port. These are the orders that go along with this port. And then there's like a church tile over here that you use to, you donate goods to the church and earn victory points. Okay. You get import goods that you send out to other countries, and you get points for there. And then, of course, there's the 2 laboratories here. And so laboratory here, and then there's a laboratory here that matches up here. And then those are the different technologies you can get. So like when you see the bigger boards, you don't actually put your guys on there, but you just activate them by some spot in here. And
so those are just, you can really put those anywhere.
Yeah, you can. You just the rule state, you kind of try to get them close. Because if you put the 2 laboratory boards right next to each other, people might confuse laboratory A and laboratory B because you can't access. Sure. The other thing is that each one of these has a card, as you might notice. And once again, this looks very, very busy, but once you play the game, and each of these cards, actually, when you place the housing on them, they give little rewards as well, victory points or resources.
Gotcha.
And as you place them on there, and those are randomized as well, as far as, so the game has each session, there's so much variability that sessions won't be the same kind of thing.
Yeah. How many players?
4, and it plays 4 very well, and it plays 2, 3, and 4 very well, all of them. And and once it is a lot to look at, but once you actually start playing it and you get into the flow, it's one of the things I really liked about it was that there is a lot of planning. You can kind of set up your path, and then so the turns kind of click, 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 click. It isn't something where somebody for AP people that are scared of like, oh my gosh, there's so much, people are going to be, it has layers to it, and it has like scoring layers, but it isn't like point salad layers, if you will. So it isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, I need to maximize like these extra 2 points out of my turn. It's pretty straightforward as that goes, and so I didn't find it very AP inducing.
Right, you have to set yourself up some turns, so those will be quick.
And that's like what I like is like when you actually like, because like when you have like a couple of orders that are big point orders, and like you set yourself up to be able to then turn them in for a massive amount of points, and so it has that payoff mechanism to it, where as opposed to like, oh, I get 3 points this turn, I get 4 points this turn, I get 6 points this turn. It's like when I get 27 points, and you kind of feel good about yourself,
right,
and everybody was like, woo.
Yeah. Well, it's very cool. About how long is the game play?
Once you've played it, it's like right around 90 minutes, depending on, and with less players. With the 4 players, it's about 90 minutes. With less players, it shortens down, obviously.
Okay. Very cool. So you said this was going to be on Kickstarter?
June 21st is the Kickstarter at TMG, and then obviously we'll go through that process. So
now, are you guys, you're talking about a deluxe version of this with upgraded components, all of that, or is the artwork going to be changing?
The artwork is actually done by Hisashi Hayashi's wife, so that is pretty much staying the same. We might tweak it in a few areas, but the artwork is still going to be the same. I do know that we're gonna make a few of the things, because we do understand it does get a little busy, so we're looking at making things a little more clear and things so you can actually notice them.
Yeah, but from a graphical design point of view.
Yeah, I'm really excited to just see the actual the fish meeples and things like that to really make the game pop as far as and plus like little wooden houses as well, instead of having cardboard to put on there. So I think once that's all done, the game's gonna look amazing.
Very cool, very cool. So that's Yokohama.
Yes.
From a great designer.
He is.
The
guy's a genius.
I do like his games. I like his games a lot. So it's very awesome. Good talking to you, man.
Good talking to you.
Thanks for coming and showing it to us. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you next time.